Hi, it's Kathleen from oldworldfarmhouse.com, and today I'm waxing an old beat up wood floor in my house. I'm not stripping it first, I'm just putting on Restora Finish and then some wax to just make it look nicer, but it's not a deep refinish because I don't have time for that. So hopefully this will help you too if you find yourself in the same predicament. I actually tried to go over it with mineral spirits, but then it started to, the wax started to haze up like this. I think it was starting to actually respond to the mineral spirits and come off, which surprised me because that didn't happen downstairs when I tried it with my wax floors downstairs. So I was a little unnerved by that. You can see there. And so I stopped using the mineral spirits and I just rinsed the floors with a little warm soapy water. And you can see over, kind of like over here, it's still hazed up a bit, but it wasn't quite as intense. We cleaned the floor. And then we are going over the cleaned floor with this product called Restora Finish. It's technically for furniture, not for floors, but I got the tip to use it from this old apartment therapy article about how to wax wood floors, which is like almost one of the only things you can find online about this topic. So I'm really following her instructions from there, from this 10-year-old blog article. And so far it's working out well. You can see the contrast here. Here we've put on the Restora Finish. Okay, and it was cloudy and hazy and rather unsightly. And then over here you can see I still need to put on. The way I'm using this Restora Finish is I'm loading it onto some superfine steel wool. And then I am working it in to the grains of the floor. Rubbing with the grain, always. Okay, so I covered the whole floor. It looks pretty good. The hazy, weird stuff is gone. From far away, it looks nice. Up close, it looks a little rough. And then I just vacuumed it with my rainbow vacuum to get all the debris off. And now I'm going to start waxing with my paste wax. This is SC Johnson Wax Paste Wax. So it's definitely made for floors, and I'm really enjoying putting it on. I just have this clean lint-free cloth, and I'm just treating it like as if I were waxing furniture, if you're familiar with that. And I'm just I'm rubbing it onto the floor. It says on the directions to put on a thin coat, let it dry to a haze, and then buff it after, I think it said 30 minutes or so. So it's not a terribly long time that you need to wait before you buff. Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes for floors. Wait. Now I don't have an electric buffer, so I'll just be buffing by hand. Haha, it's a very large room, so I'm sure I'll regret that. But anyway, we'll just, we'll see how it goes. Again, just a very thin coating, and you can see it's got that, oh, it already has that hand rubbed look that I absolutely love. I just finished waxing the entire floor, and now the directions say to let it sit for 20 or 30 minutes till it gets a cloudy haze, which you can kind of see it does already. And then after that to buff it. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, now I'm gonna start buffing, and my plan is to I've got these rags on my feet, and I'm just gonna shuffle it around, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I buffed a little bit of my floor by hand, and then I decided, let's see if Walmart has a buffer. And the one nearest me, the closest thing they had was a car. So I just went ahead and popped over there and bought it. It was like $23, came up to about $25 with tax. And it works fine on the floors. I'll show you. So this is a microfiber pad. It was blue before I buffed, that you slip over here. And then you turn it over. It has a very short cord, so I had to put it on an extension cord. and you turn it on, and you just kind of guide it around your floors. And this made the job of buffing a whole lot easier. Here are what my floors look like after being covered in Restora Finish and then buffed to a slight shine with this little car buffer. I think eventually I will buy a full-size buffer, the main advantage being you don't have to bend over and stoop to use it. But they're quite expensive, you know, they're at least $100, so for $23, I don't mind bending over. It actually kind of feels good on my back to bend over like that and stretch my legs and do the buffing. It has a very slight sheen to it, and honestly, I was sort of expecting that there would be more shine from buffing. I learned something. The kind of shine I was thinking of comes from what is known as burnishing, and I guess burnishers are, you know, they're very heavy-duty machines, or like $1,200, and they give you that like glassy shine. And all that buffing really does with the wax is it takes off the shine, the haziness of the wax. You put the wax on as it dries, it kind of clouds up, and then you buff that away, and there's a slight sheen to it. Floors are in much better shape than they were before we did this little band-aid. And I hope if you're dealing with old beat-up wax floors and you just can't face the idea of a deep cleanse of the wax or, you know, professional refinish, just know that putting on a new coat of wax and buffing is going to get you some nice results. And I hope that my directions can help you with that and that they're clear. And if you think they are, please give me a thumbs up below this video and add any other comments or questions you might have. Thank you so much. This is Kathleen from oldworldfarmhouse.com. Bye-bye.